God, please, please, please. Make this online course work.
Several days later.
Ugh, it isn't working. My online course is not working. I don't think I'm meant to be a course creator at all. Yes, Myra. I know the beginning stages suck, and I really wish that you're not that struggling that much right now, but I can encourage you that it gets better from here and that it's really all going to be worth it in the end, even if you make the mistakes now, because we're going to be teaching other people about it in the future and it will all be better in the end. Okay? So keep on going, alright? I gotta go. Bye. Okay. Hey friends, I'm here to spill the top 5 mistakes that I made when I created my first ever online course. But first, welcome back to my channel. But if you're new here, hey friend, I'm Myrra and I'm an online course creator and strategist, author, and also a kingdom-driven entrepreneur, helping Christian women coaches and entrepreneurs multiply their income and impact. Please consider hitting the subscribe button below to not miss out on the videos that I release on course creation, business, and faith-based personal development. I release videos every Monday. And also, please hit the thumbs up button below so that I will know if you like contents like this, so I know exactly what to create more. If you're just starting out in creating your online course, listen to everything that I say in this video. Back in 2019, I created an online course as a blogger and blogging coach, and I made some mistakes that held me back from gaining big results from my course launch. And so my course, yes, had a few sales, 4 to be exact. Shout out to my very first online course students. But I think I would have gotten more if I made some few tweaks. So, to spare you the same mistakes that I did, here are the top 5 mistakes that I made when I first created my online course that I hope will help you as a beginner in creating an online course that sells. So, when I first launched an online course, I thought I was a bad person for packaging my skills and expertise and turning them into an online course. At that point, I really felt called to create an online course and start a coaching business, but I had a lot of limiting beliefs. Because of that mindset, I had been riddled with a lot of guilt and shame when I became a blogger turned entrepreneur. I thought no one would buy my course because will anyone ever find it worth it? And funnily enough, that was my concern too. Is my course really worth it? So those limiting beliefs then led me to believe that I have to lower the value of my course or else no one's gonna buy it. I sold it for such a low price. For context, usually people in the industry would sell the course that I was selling at that time at like 1,000 plus or $597 or even up to like $5,000 plus or whatever. But honestly, at that point, because of the limiting beliefs that I had, even though I knew that my course was really valuable and I could share a lot to my students at that time that would help them get so much ROI from the course, I just priced it at, guess what? $60. And besides that price, I even gave discounts to people and even gave bonus coaching calls, even if that meant that I would be really stressed because at that time I was so busy in college and it was also during my thesis days, and so I knew that even though I really didn't have time to hop on coaching calls, I would have to do it or else people would think that my course was not going to be valuable. So that's really the effect of those limiting beliefs to me at that time. But still, you know what? I don't regret it. I really do believe that God has a reason why He wanted me to start that way. And now that I made that same mistake, I can tell you about it. that time, I was consuming a lot of information from too many experts in the field. The good news, I was learning too many things. The bad news, I was learning too many things. My poor brain had to deal with all of the information that I was getting and process them all to find a strategy that works for me, which is why I ended up confusing myself even more, which then led to me procrastinating on my online course launch. Sadly, I know this happens to many people right now, including perhaps you. You discover content after content about launching and selling online courses. You have a mile high of freebies and resources that you have downloaded from Google, and you have watched almost every YouTube video on creating courses and launching and all of those stuff. So basically, you know a lot and you have a lot of information, but you're not moving. You're learning, but you're not really taking action. So that's really where I was at before. I thought that there's one more strategy that I have to learn, and then after learning that strategy, I think, okay, I have to learn more and learn more and learn more. And then I would think that I wasn't ready to launch and sell my online course at that time. But really, in reality, it was all supposed to be simple. I was really just overcomplicating everything. So I learned my lesson the hard way. And since I don't want you to go through it too, I created a free case study resource for you where I talk about how my client simplified things and actually ended up making an additional 15,000 plus in her coaching business as an entrepreneur by using online courses, by turning her God-given gifts and skills into online courses. And if you want to discover how my client did that, and if you want to learn more tips on course creation, then definitely download the free case study at myrracake.com/case study. Is this enough lessons? Maybe I should add more so my students will learn more. But wait, what if they get overwhelmed? No, really, I should probably just add more. So you see, in hopes of pleasing my course students more and stacking a lot of information in my course so my students will think, dang girl, this girl knows so much. I added so much information in the course, even when they're really just theoretical and not even that necessary and transformational for my course students at that time. In reality, I believe that in online courses, it's usually less is more. Every instructional design teacher or whoever, an online course designer, would know this. In designing a course, you know that there has to be a general learning objective when you're designing the curriculum. You're literally aiming for that general learning objectives, and then for each of the lessons, there are more specific learning objectives that would still aim to that general learning objective. So basically, everything else that sounds nice or you think is, good to share as an additional information, but isn't really leading to that desired transformation, that desired outcome, which is the general learning objective, is really not necessary. Especially because we do not want our students to get information overload. Okay, here's another thing. Selling made me cringe. When I sold my very first online course, I was seriously afraid to sell. Like, I can't even outwardly ask people to check out my sales page because I think they would see me as this greedy or pushy or salesy salesperson. Until I had a sale, and then another, and then another. And I thought, okay, wow, I must be doing something right. And that's when I realized that people who bought my course, they didn't really buy the course because I forced them to buy it or because my sales funnels were really impressive. They bought my course because they knew me and they trusted me and they have been following me as an expert online, and they know that I know exactly what I'm talking about and that my course is something that would really help them to get to their desired transformation. So up until now, of course, I cannot tell you that I have never been afraid of selling anymore. because it still pops up every now and then. You know, after all, I grew up seeing how my parents had failed businesses of their own, and I'm still somehow afraid that those things would happen to me, and that somehow led to my limiting belief. But because of some of the things that I shifted when it comes to mindset, and realizing that if I'm not out there to sell this course that can, or this service or this product that I know can help other people, and that I know is a way for me to represent God to them, and you know, be able to share the gifts that God has given me, to be able to teach these people and share my knowledge and my expertise to them. If I hadn't shifted my mindset on that, I probably would still not be confident in selling. But now I can proudly tell you that I am confident in selling. In fact, I can talk more about my services wholeheartedly and enthusiastically without a feeling of panic, guilt, or shame. And that's really all because of a mindset shift, and also because of God's grace, honestly, because I really don't know where I would be without His grace. And honestly, it's really, I couldn't really credit it all to myself, because I know that I didn't do much, but still God has really helped me progress through a lot of things the past few years. One last mistake that I wanted to discuss today is that I didn't invest in the proper tools and resources. I really wanted to DIY everything, and that really meant for me that the course creation tasks that would have been easier and more convenient for me became harder and more time consuming. Granted, of course, I was in college at that time and I was in a budget, so I could understand my decisions. But if only I had managed my money well and skipped a few Starbucks drinks, I think I would have been able to invest on things like an email list platform to help me automatically schedule welcome confirmation emails for the students who purchased my course, instead of manually sending an email to them and confirming that I got their payment and here's the receipt, right? So instead of that being more convenient and easier for me, because I lack the tools and resources at that time, I needed to do it more manually, which meant it was time consuming for me. Or honestly, maybe I could have just bought a course about online course creation at that time, so all of these mistakes would not be here because I would have learned from the get-go what are the things that I should prepare and should do and should not do, so that, you know, I would have avoided all of the mistakes that I'm talking to you about now. So you see, friends, mistakes and making mistakes are normal, and it's not that I'm talking about these because I regret them. No, I do not regret them, and I do not regret having to learn things the hard way still, because guess what? I can tell you about them now. And so please, please, please heed my advice so that you won't have to make these mistakes again. And so again, you can download my free case study resource for you to discover how my client made an additional 15,000 plus in her business by creating her own online course. You can download it in this link right here, or just go to my website, myrrakate.com/case study. And if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button below and subscribe for more contents like this. And share this with your entrepreneurial friends too, because, you know, who knows? You can all be course creators soon. And if you're a coach or a service provider who wants to learn how to create an online course, check this video out next. So thank you guys for watching. Keep the faith and know that the best is yet to come. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!